How? 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 How is he coming back? Like, explain it to me like I'm five. How is Rob Thompson coming back? I guess that the whole video I did about Bruce Bochy and how I thought he would be the manager in 2026 is aged like milk in the Sahara. Because I made that so confidently thinking there is no way, there's no justification after watching the series that we watched, after watching the Phillies go from World Series to NLCS collapse to losing to a division rival in embarrassing fashion with home field advantage to then losing to the Dodgers the way that they did. It's not the fact that you lost to the Dodgers, it's the way they lost to the Dodgers. It's the horrible, horrendous moves by the manager. I thought there's no way. There's no way. No way they're going to run it back. Look, Rob, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Move on. And then the report comes out today that they're going to run it back. That they're bringing back Rob Thomson. Now, it's not known if they're bringing back Kevin Long, and you would think they probably would. I didn't have a problem with them running it back last year with essentially the same roster. I know a lot of people had a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought, okay, well, look, if they do have holes, Dombrowski will address the trade deadline, which he did for the most part. Wasn't overly impressed by the moves other than Duran, but still thought Duran could have been fixed in the offseason if they had signed anyone not named Jordan Romano, but whatever. But I thought, okay, like, yeah, look, this is a really good baseball team. They ran into the hot team. And run it back. Run it back, you'll still win 90-plus games. You'll get in the playoffs. Run it back. They'll fix it. And they didn't. They did not even come close. And when you look back at the litany of moves that Rob Thomson made that ended up putting the Phillies on the back foot, I don't get this in the slightest. I am confused. And if you're somebody out there that wants him back, please, in the comments, let me know why. What has he done to deserve to be back? I will remind everybody, this is like a $300 million payroll. They're expected to be in the postseason, especially with expanded postseason. This isn't like in '07 when there was that one wild card spot. It was like, all right, let's go, and it was you were pumped. Like getting into the playoffs was legitimately an accomplishment. Now it's not an accomplishment. Now it's a formality with how much this team is spending. So to get into the playoffs isn't the accomplishment. This team has bigger aspirations than getting into the... If you're the Cincinnati Reds, getting into the playoffs is an accomplishment. If you're the Philadelphia Phillies with that payroll, winning a World Series, that is the accomplishment. That is it. That is where the buck stops. It starts and stops and starts and stops again. It goes in a circle. World Series, that's it. World Series, that's it. There is no kumbaya moment. There is no, well, they tried their best. No. Not with how much this owner is spending, especially with the luxury tax situation, because he's paying more. So the fact that you are bringing back a guy that shit the bed in the playoffs. Look, the Dodgers are really, really good. I expect them to win the World Series again. But you had a shot and your manager took you out of it. Going to David Roberts, who clearly didn't have his stuff. You luck out. He gets out of it. You bring him back for the 7th? Where he promptly lets 2 guys on because he didn't have his stuff? And then you bring in Matt Strahm, who doesn't come in with inherited runners all season long, but you bring him in that spot and he gives up the home run? No wonder he's tipping his pitches. He's not used to having guys on base. You don't bring in Tanner Banks. No, we're not doing that. Later on, you bring in, Orion Kerkering, who's quite literally one of the worst relief pitchers in all of baseball, coming in with inherited runners. You're hitting Brandon Marsh 5th in your lineup. Because, oh my God, we can't divert from righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Can't divert from that. The only good thing I can think that he did was get Aaron Nola out before the big inning. But even then, you can't count on your $24 million pitcher because you're worried that the big inning is coming because we all knew the big inning was coming. That's not on Rob Thomson, by the way. That's more of a Dave Dombrowski complaint. But what are they doing? How is the fan base supposed to get excited after what I just watched? By the way, and I'm somebody that didn't even have a problem with the bunt call. If you're somebody out there that had a problem with the bunt call, I can't imagine what you're going through right now finding out the news that Rob Thomson will be back. I am stunned. I am floored. I am aghast. All the adjectives that they watched that series and thought, yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy for what? To get you to the playoffs? I'd argue with this lineup, you could be the guy. Yes, you, the person watching this, could be the guy to get them to the playoffs. That's how loaded this team should be. But to win? And it's not like I think Dave Roberts is the best manager in the world. I thought that both managers were horrible, but I thought Rob Thomson took the cake. It was like bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, and he's keeping his job. As a Phillies fan, this is, to me, it feels like another loss. It feels like another L. I felt like they had a chance to actually move on after, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 years now of essentially the same, but slowly sinking ship, whatever you want to call it, window closing. I would love to hear the justification of why the Phillies are bringing him back. Because for the life of me, after watching that series, I can't figure it out. And when, again, this isn't like, I could tell you right now, like, hand up. I don't like Aaron Nola. If I never watch him pitch again, I will be thrilled. I've been driving the Sirianni, he's not a good coach bandwagon for the longest time. I've never been on this with Rob Thomson. This is not like I'm banging the drum all season and, all right, damn it, I'm not right in this situation, so what the hell? No, like, this literally started this series because his mistakes jumped out in neon. And I appreciate what he did for the organization, but to bring him back after what we watched, I'm confused. It's a very confusing day in Philly sports. It's Darius Smith, and then this. Don't get it at all. Please subscribe. I need subscribers really bad. I'm desperate. Thumbs ups are cool. Thumbs downs are okay too. Comments. Let me know your general feeling on this as a Phillies fan. But, yeah, I'm going to go try to make sense of it because I can't.